I'm Anya and welcome to my channel. I named the channel Ears and Views because this channel is all going to be about our adventures. Ours, I mean mine and my little dog named Bubba. I'm going to show you in a second because he's literally behind me, but you can't see him. Yeah, we're going to start with a really big solo adventure. We're actually driving all the way from Toronto to Abbotsford, British Columbia. So it's about almost 5,000 kilometers, the route that I'm going to be taking one way. So yeah. Everybody was asking me to start a YouTube channel to actually, document these adventures, my friends. So here we are, and I thought I'd share it with all of you. But without further ado, there's a really important person, four-legged friend that I want you to meet first. So let's start there. You want to say hi? Oh, I'm tired. We just came back from a long walk. So his real name is not Bubba, it's actually Roland, which A, he doesn't respond to, and B, I stopped calling him that soon after I named him. He's almost 2 years old, and he is half Frenchie, half Dachshund. So I picked him up from this guy in Kijiji who was selling him, and we looked at him and we took him in. So he is now fully mine, and he's gonna be going on all the adventures. He loves to hike, he likes to walk. We generally do between 3 to 5 kilometers a day together, unless it's really hot or it's really cold, but we pretty much figured it out, right? You gotta look happy, look happy, look happy. That's who's gonna be accompanying us on all these adventures. Now I'm gonna let you go sleep, okay? I know you're tired and you're hot. Okay, so I basically started this channel because I'm gonna be doing this long road trip, and I'm gonna tell you all about this road trip in a second, but first I wanna tell you something really honest. I am really kinda nervous about this trip. A, because it's solo, B, because I'm car camping almost the whole way. So basically I'm taking this trip from Toronto to Abbotsford, BC, and we're gonna show you a map on the screen so you can kind of see where I'm going and coming from, and I'll kind of explain that to you in just a second. But mainly I'm gonna be staying at provincial campgrounds with Bubba. We're gonna stay at 2 Airbnbs because despite me doing this whole month-long trip, I also have to work. A little bit about me. I grew up in Windsor, Ontario, Canada, which is on the south border of Canada. It's about 4 hours away from Toronto. I moved to Toronto a few years ago, mainly for a job, and now I started my marketing agency about 5 years ago in 2020. It's a social media marketing agency, which I run remotely with a team of 8 people. So we also have a physical studio here in Toronto, which we go and film content for us, for our clients. If you're looking for social media management, shameless plug. I am always marketing our business. Feel free to reach out to us at Ask Anya Media, which we're going to add right below. But I'm going to work from the road. So I did actually get a Starlink yesterday, which I hope is going to work really well. I've got some great reviews from some friends. I have a friend down in Australia who actually overlands in a caravan, and he told me that the Starlink Mini is a really good choice for when you need internet, but you're, not close to anywhere near internet. So we'll see how that goes. And I want to share something, again, a little bit personal with you guys. This channel is for fun and is a creative outlet for me. It's a passion for me to film content. I've actually been filming content for myself and my clients for over 5 years. It's really easy to burn out on social media. So when I was considering opening this channel, I'm very self-aware of, my burnout patterns from running a business, being an entrepreneur, and that's something I keep kind of at the front of my mind, that as long as I'm having fun, I'm going to be doing this channel. If for some reason this becomes too stressful, too much for me to be filming and running a marketing agency, I'm not going to be running this channel and I'm not going to be posting anymore. So there's not going to be like, come subscribe. I post videos every Thursday. Not this type of channel. I'm going to be posting about this journey right now. I'm mainly going to be using YouTube and TikTok because I love TikTok and I love long form content on YouTube. And I want to test out a lot of strategies that we actually use for our social media management clients, both on TikTok and on YouTube. So here we are. And I'm going to be using very simple equipment. So right now I'm actually filming with the front of my camera on my iPhone 16 Pro Max, which is generally a no-no to film with the front camera, but otherwise I can't see myself. So I don't want to get another tool so I can see myself or use my my Ultra watch to see myself. I'm like, I just want to see myself and film, and that's it. The only other thing I'm using besides that is a straight old tripod that I'll show you right now. It's literally a couple bucks from Amazon, and I am using my DJI mic and receiver that's connected to the phone. I'll add in all of these tools that I'm using into the description below in case you want to check it out. So there won't be a really rhyme or rhythm to this channel. So if you're looking for rhyme or rhythm or like something more consistent, this is not the place for it. If you're looking for vlogging adventures, really raw content, it's not going to be super edited. I'm going to be editing it. I'm going to have some of my team help edit this content in case I don't have enough time. But if you're looking for somebody who keeps uploading all the time, that's not me. So I'm going to be filming hiking adventures, camping adventures. I'm going to be doing some reviews of some tools that I use, tell you guys some advice on camping, solo camping as a woman over 30. So that's the kind of stuff you're going to find on here. Now, I told you guys that I'm going to be car camping. So I will actually be sleeping in my car at these campgrounds. I do actually have a tent with me just in case I want to tent, because at most campgrounds you're supposed to tent when you mark off that you're supposed to tent. But I've camped in a lot of campgrounds all over Ontario, and car camping is totally allowed, which is just sleeping in your car and having a little mattress. I will be telling you guys a lot more about my setup in my car that I have actually been perfecting over the last 5 weeks. This trip has been 5 weeks in the making, and it's so exciting for me to finally post this first video and to tell you guys all about it, because I've been practicing. This sounds so stupid. I've been practicing going to campgrounds for the last couple of weeks, 5 weeks to be exact. Every weekend, my friends are like, what are you doing? I'm like, camping by myself, to get accustomed to being alone in the woods, to see how my dog reacts on these trips, because if my dog would be super nervous, super anxious, wouldn't be having fun, then I was actually going to call off this trip, because his happiness is really important to me. He loves these trips. He loves long car rides. So I think it's actually going to work out. And I wanted to know how I was going to be a solo. I was in a long-term relationship for about 6 years, and now I'm cruising solo for a few months. So something I'm still getting used to is actually doing a lot of things on my own. And I've always wanted to do this trip across Canada for like years and years. You can ask my friends. And I've never been able to get anybody to actually confirm that they're going to come with me. So here we are. We are doing this solo, plus a little half. Okay, so I'm going to call it solo, but it's with a dog, so it's not really solo. So I'll also be commenting, I think, a little bit in my short form content on safety, keeping safe as a woman traveling by yourself, things about my dog, things about my tools. Again, this is going to be informational, educational, but the main point is for me to have fun and to have a creative outlet. And one of my favorite things to do is yap. So that's just talk all the time. So I think this will be a really good creative outlet for me, that I can have a coffee and yap with you guys on YouTube. And I really want to engage with whoever ends up subscribing. Again, this is not an organized channel. We are not going to be uploads every day, every Tuesday, when there's a full moon sort of thing. So take it or leave it. That's the way it's going to be. So the last thing I want to tell you guys about is the actual first trip that I'm taking. So it's going to be, again, from Toronto to Abbotsford, BC. And I'm going to tell you all the stops along the way. I'm not going to be posting in live time. So I'm probably going to be at a different stop when I'm posting about a particular stop, mainly for safety reasons and because it takes time to edit these videos, as you can imagine. So let me tell you about the trip. So I'm starting my drive from my home in the Junction in Toronto. It's going to be about 50 hours in total and 5,000 kilometers one way across Canada. The first stop is actually going to be Killarney Provincial Park, where I'm going to be camping at the campground for one night, and I'm actually going to try to hike the Crack Trail, which I attempted with two of my girlfriends a couple months ago in the winter, but the bridge between the lake was closed and I couldn't go around it, so we had to turn back last time. So I really want to see if we can complete this hike this time. Then Then we're going to be off to Pancake Bay Provincial Park, which is next to Agawa Bay. I hope I'm pronouncing that right, where there are those famous Agawa pictographs, which I've heard of so much. Fortunately, it's actually not a dog-friendly trail, so I'm going to have to figure out how to deal with that. And then I'm going to spend 2 nights at Pancake Bay Provincial Park because there's a ton of different trails straight from the campground that I booked. Next, I'm going to stay in an Airbnb in Thunder Bay so I can do a little bit of work, make sure I have some strong Wi-Fi for my calls. I will also be attempting a couple hikes at Sleeping Giant Provincial Park, which is stunning and beautiful, and I literally can't wait. From there, we're going to cross into Manitoba and explore Whiteshell Provincial Park for 2 nights, and I'm excited to stay at a campground in Manitoba because I haven't done that. Next, I'm excited to dip into wide open skies of Grasslands National Park in Saskatchewan. Think about prairie views. I hope to see some bison and get some peace and quiet, to be honest. So we're going to stay there for 3 nights because I absolutely loved how it looked like from the photos and at the camping ground. Next is Alberta, where I'll stop in Airdrie at an Airbnb to work a bit and take in some hikes in and around Banff. I've actually been to Banff before at least twice, so I'm actually looking into some less known places to go for hikes and see some beautiful views. After that, we'll be camping at Mount Robson Provincial Park, home to the highest peak in the Canadian Rockies. Did you know that? There are some beautiful trails straight out of the campground that I booked, so hopefully we're going to be able to hike around without moving the car. And finally, we're going to roll into Abbotsford, BC, where hopefully my best friend is going to be waiting at the finish line and is going to give me a cozy place to sleep, and we're going to be hiking for the next few days in and around Abbotsford, BC, with one of my best friends who's a very experienced hiker. So we'll see how that goes and see how we can keep up with her with Bubba. And when I'm actually coming back to Toronto, I haven't booked anything for the way back because I wanted to see how my dog and I actually handle the way there, our equipment, how everything goes. So before I book anything on the way back, I first wanted to try out this one-way trip and see how we do. All right, that's the trip. I'll see you at the next view. Bye.